So as promised, today I'm going to show you guys how to make your own anti-parasitic remedy. And I kind of want to run through real quick why it is that we're doing this for people that might be new to this concept. So here in the Western world, in recent years, people have been finally waking up to the fact that humans are biological animals, and most biological animals contain parasites. There is not a creature on Earth that is exempt. And there is a huge misconception that goes on believing that it is only people that eat sushi and pork that get them. This is simply untrue. Lots of different parasites travel on all different types of foods, including fruits and vegetables, especially lettuce. Lettuce is known for carrying parasite eggs. So if they're not washed properly, of course, they're going to be ingested. We can get parasites from pork, from undercooked meat, from sushi, but we can also get it from our pets, from water, and even soil. So if you're a gardener, it's most likely you've been exposed to them. Now, if you are a healthy individual that has a good diet and healthy gut flora, 9 times out of 10, they are not going to be a problem for you. As where other individuals with weaker immune systems or that are already sick, parasites can absolutely become extremely problematic and cause all types of chronic illness and disease. And many people today do believe that a lot of Western illnesses, such as cancer, are linked to parasites. And I actually have a video on, I believe it's Facebook and Instagram, about liver cyst. 9 times out of 10, liver cysts are parasites. And you can easily Google, if you just type in liver cyst and parasites, you will see the amount of information. And most doctors are not diagnosing these parasites. They are simply performing surgery, especially to remove cysts, to remove tumors, and things like this. Now, because of this, most herbalists today are recommending that even healthy individuals cleanse themselves of parasites at least once every 2 years. And if you are someone that struggles with health issues, or maybe you're not the healthiest person, it's probably a good idea for you to do it once every 6 months. So what we're going to be making today is called a tincture. This is a liquid extraction of medicinal plants into an alcohol solvent. Now today I am using Prairie brand vodka, which is organic, because of course I don't want to be counterproductive to my health. And 80 proof alcohol or above is what's recommended. So now that we've gone over all of the things that you're going to need to make this and why it is that we're making this, we're going to go ahead outside and start harvesting our ingredients. So the first and most important ingredient in this remedy that you need to find is a black walnut tree. And you want to harvest the young green black walnuts. Now, it is the hulls specifically that we use for vermifuge and anti-parasitic reasons. And the reason I am harvesting the young ones directly off the tree, as you saw me do, is because the juglone content, which is technically the chemical component within the hulls that is toxic to parasites, is much higher. Now, of course, you can still use the brown hulls if necessary, especially if they are freshly fallen from the tree, but do not harvest from them if they contain mold or insects. And yes, anything that will decompose will eventually be consumed by insects. Now, the amount of walnuts that you want to harvest is going to depend on the size jar you're using. We are going to be cutting these in half and leaving them in half. So they're going to be quite large. We are going to be filling this jar 3/4 of the way full, and we're also going to be adding a few other herbs. Now, if you're only going to be using a pint-sized jar, obviously you only need a few walnuts. But if you're going to be making gallon-sized jars like we do at HealthPrimitive, you're going to need a basket like I'm holding here. Now, the first thing we're going to do is rinse off our walnuts to remove any dirt and debris. And despite what people think, I get this comment every time I do this video, that the walnuts are so hard you cannot cut them in half. Yes, you can. And you're going to watch this tiny 100-pound woman cut this walnut in half with no problem whatsoever. Now, if you want to wear gloves, this is an option. Black walnuts can not only stain your skin, they can also irritate your skin. But I'm not wearing any just because I'm used to doing this almost on a daily basis. So the next herb I actually have here dried, but I'm going to go ahead and put up a picture for you guys of what this plant looks like fresh. And this is the wormwood plant. Now, wormwood is very similar in its actions to paralyzing and expelling parasites from the system, and it's long been used, just like black walnut, as a natural vermifuge plant. So this is absolutely an amazing herb that I do recommend adding to this remedy. So we're going to add a little bit of this wormwood. Now, remember, with herbal medicine, there really is no measurements. Everything is measured in parts or really in preference. So I'm adding about a quarter of this jar worth of wormwood. Now, the last herb is a common household spice that many people know the smell of during Easter time, and this is going to be cloves. Cloves are a powerful anti-parasitic plant that also has the ability to paralyze and expel parasites from the system. Above this, they smell wonderful and they taste great, so they make an excellent addition to this remedy. Now, of course, you can continue to be creative, and if you want, you can add other vermifuge plants such as oregano and garlic and pumpkin seeds like we do here at Health Primitive. Now, after you've added your herbs to the jar and it's filled about 3/4 of the way full, we're now going to add our alcohol solvent. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I am using 80 proof vodka organic Prairie brand. So we are going to fill this jar all the way to the top, making sure to cover all of our herbs. We're going to place a secure fitting lid, give this a shake, and allow this jar to sit in a dark location for about 6 weeks. Now, I usually walk by every few days and give it a shake just to kind of ensure that your herbs are still submerged under the alcohol. Now, after this time duration is up, we're going to use a strainer and a cheesecloth to strain out our herbs. And this liquid is then our remedy. We're going to pour this into little amber bottles and store them in a cool location where they will stay good virtually as long as that alcohol stays good. Now, when it comes to the doses, I usually recommend between 15 and 30 drops once daily for up to 30 days. Now, obviously, a smaller individual like myself, I'm 100 pounds, I can take 15 drops and that is sufficient for me, as where another individual that is twice my body weight is going to need double that. So use your discretion when it comes to the drops, but try not to exceed 30 drops once a day. Now, I usually do this cleanse for 30 days, and I start on a full moon and I finish on the next full moon. And no, this is not some spooky witchy stuff. There is actually science behind this. Many different pathologists have documented and witnessed parasitic eggs hatching on the full moon. And because full moons do indeed, the moon itself affects many different biological functions, including animal migration, mating season, and the tides of our oceans, it's not really rocket science that it would affect parasitic cycles. Now, because the fact that parasite eggs can hatch weeks, if not months down the road, it's important to try to do the complete cleanse so that you're making sure you are killing and removing all of them. Now, if for any reason you do feel still sick, like you may have parasites after your cleanse, you can repeat this cleanse in about a month or two. I usually give it about, 4 to 6 weeks, and then you're safe to do the second cleanse. So now for the safety considerations. Obviously, if you take medication, you need to do your own research, speak to your doctor, or really even a pharmacist who sometimes is more knowledgeable on these subjects. But many different herbs, including black walnut, can interfere with medication. So this is extremely important to address. Now, pregnant nursing women, I get this question and it's crazy. There is no reason you need to be cleansing of parasites while you are pregnant or breastfeeding a child. So wait until all that is over to do your cleanse. Now, if you do have prior health concerns like liver disease, kidney diseases, again, do your own research or speak to a doctor. And above all, take this product as directed, as we talked about in this video. Black walnut and wormwood can be toxic in high amounts. They can be harmful to your liver and your kidneys. And you certainly don't want to toxify your body anymore. So take these as directed. Do not take them long term, and do not take them in high amounts. Now, for the people not interested in making their own, maybe you don't have access to black walnut trees, of course, we do offer a black walnut blend anti-parasitic, as well as lots of information and resources, including my recent book, which also contains this recipe. You can find all of this information at healthprimitive.com.